Hi friends, welcome to Cycles of Life podcast. My name is Jana and I'm a coach, I'm a meditation teacher, and also I'm a people professional. Welcome to Podmas. Thank you so much for making it this far. This is episode 5 and today we're talking about crystals. And before you start rolling your eyes, I'm thinking, oh my god, Jana, here's another woo-woo thing that you talk about. Actually, one of you asked for that, and thank you so much for doing that, because I wanted to talk about crystals for a while, but I just never gave myself permission, I think, to do that. So the fact that one of you asked about it, that just gave me a permission to chat about this. Well, thank you for doing that. Thank you so much. And I'm in no way an expert in crystals at all. I just really like them. I have a few in my house and just want to talk about it, actually, how I use crystals, what do I do with them, what do they help me with as well. So to begin with, really, I want to say that I like them because they're pretty. Let's be honest, I just find them very nice to look at, and I know I spoke about this before, that just importance to surround yourself with things that bring you joy, bring you peace, bring you calm, and crystals do that for me. So that's why that's one of the main reasons why I have them, because they just make me happy. And I always loved stones. I always liked gemstones, especially. I remember my grandmother, she had a beautiful necklace kind of made out of the semi-precious stones, and I was obsessed with that. I just thought they looked like little sweeties and just so beautiful. When I was younger, I always had used to wear a pearl around my neck all the time. Now I wear a clear quartz crystal. It's just something that I always really liked, and I think during my 20s I forgot that these are part of my life. That's something I always really enjoyed. So now I'm coming back to all of that, and it feels so good. It just feels like coming back to myself. So yeah, that's suppose kind of how I came to crystals. And I feel like they've always been into my life, to be honest. The way I see them, and again, I'm not the expert, so please don't hold me here. If you don't agree, or you can educate me, please do that. I would love to hear kind of your thoughts as well. But the way I see them, they're kind of energy holders, energy transmuters. Because let's be honest, we use quartz, for example, in our watches. We use semi-precious crystals in our electronics as well. Loads of them are based around that. So actually, as much as people like to say that crystals are something woo-woo, we use them in a lot of stuff that surrounds us already. And actually, what is there to say that we will be discovering more and more use of crystals in the years to come? So I think that's how I explain it to myself anyway. But actually, another thing that I really want to touch on before I go into kind of how I work with crystals, what I do with them, is the sustainability aspect that comes when it comes to crystals, because sadly, the way things are in this world, they are mined quite often in very unsustainable ways. So mines either made in places where they're destroying the natural habitat of people and animals, but also child labour, sadly, is quite often used there as well. So just something to be mindful of. Just pay attention where they come from. So if you're buying your crystals, ask the seller, where are they come from, where they're coming from, is there the trace, how sustainable are they as well. So just wanted to clarify that as well, because I think it's something that, same as with everything really in this Western society, in this world, that happens. Something becomes popular, people make it into this huge commercial enterprise, and the sustainable factor of that decreases very rapidly. So just be mindful. That's all I'm going to say. So yeah, just buy them from kind of good shops, check where they come from. Don't just buy them from first thing that you find on Google. I buy my crystals either from Etsy shops. Loads of them will have kind of sustainability disclaimer or explain where they come from. Also, obviously, I live in London, so there's a few good shops around here. I very much love the astrology shop in Covent Garden. I love that place. So I buy crystals from them sometimes, but there's loads of shops around anyway. So I know there's beautiful ones in Brighton, so if you're ever there, I do recommend popping in as well. And actually, just collect stones as well while out on walks. I do have quite a few that we picked up while climbing Scottish mountains. So I have a beautiful quartz crystal that I found on top of the mountain, and I just carry that around quite often. And just really nice pebble stones as well. Again, I do have them lying around, and they just bring me a lot of joy. So if you've never used crystals before, if you're really confused, don't know where to start, there's a few things I would say. Trust your intuition. So go for the crystals that kind of naturally attract you. So wherever you're drawn to, start there, I would say. For me, for example, I just cannot walk past a clear quartz crystal. I'm obsessed with them. So I kind of have to stop myself from buying too many of them. Another thing as well that I would suggest, if you just feel very, very lost, maybe get the chakra stones. So I don't know how much you know about chakras, but it kind of comes from Indian and Tibetan, really, spirituality, that we have 7 chakras, and they work with different frequencies. They kind of help us with different things in life. So yeah, just get 7 chakra stones to begin with, because again, they will they will help with different problems in life. I just think that's a very, very, very good place to begin, to start at. So you can ask for kind of chakra stones, and they're pretty much available in every good crystal shop. You will be able to get them as well. One thing that people don't often realise, that crystals, they need to be cleansed. So most of the crystals you can cleanse with water. So ideally, of course, if you can, in running water somewhere outside. I don't have that luxury, so I just use the tap water. It works absolutely fine. Just be mindful that some of the crystals actually are, they can be ruined by water, so just check before you cleanse them with water. Like, for example, Himalayan salt crystals, of course, they're water soluble, so you can destroy them, sadly, or lose them. And other things that help you, well, basically any natural elements, you can use them to clean your crystals. So smoke, so you can use different herbs to smoke, to cleanse with smoke. Earth, so if you have an opportunity, you can bury them in earth for a little bit, for a few days, to kind of cleanse. Sunshine as well, so you can leave them out on your windowsill or somewhere outside if it's a sunny day. Sunshine will cleanse them. Again, just be mindful that some crystals can lose their colour in sunshine. And the thing that I do actually most commonly is moon. So at full moon, I normally lay out all of my crystals on my windowsill and leave them there for a night, and kind of get charged with moon. Something that feels very natural to me, and that's why I do that. So I can't explain it, I just like it. And I think everything about crystals, I can't explain it, I just like it. And that's what we're talking about, actually. If you're drawn to crystals, go for it. Try it. See what you like, see what you don't like. There's so much information online. So maybe buy 1 crystal, start with 1, maybe get 3. Learn more about them. Google, see how you feel, see how they make you feel. Do you like carrying them around? Do you like having them on your table? What changes? What kind of energy they bring with them? And go from there. There's loads of really good books about it, so I don't really want to recommend anything because I don't really have any specific ones there. I thought they were absolutely fantastic and everyone should have, but they're really good ones to kind of explain the basics, and any big bookshops will have them. And of course, you can buy tons online as well. So I keep my crystals, I always have some near my bed. I often have them on my table, kind of on my working table. There's actually crystals that help with IT stuff and kind of protects you a little bit from all the influence from the screens. So I normally have those next to me as well. And actually I find them really calming. So often if I'm on the calls, because part of my work is I deliver a lot of training online, I often fidget with them. I find it very calming and very nice thing, so I just hold them in my hand. I just find it helpful. So this is what I do. Again, I'm not an expert at all, but that's something that I find useful. I just feel drawn to crystals, so that's why I'm still learning a lot. I'm still kind of educating myself as much as I can. And over the years, actually, I did do a crystal healing course, which I find absolutely fascinating. So thank you so much, Eleanor, if you're listening to this. Thank you so much for dragging me to that, because I thought it was amazing. It was really interesting. And of course, there's tons of stuff available online. So I would say start small if you never dabbled with crystals, and go from there. See what feels right to you. And actually, if it doesn't feel right, if you're not attracted to them, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to work with crystals at all. It's not for everyone. So if there's something speaks to you, then go for it and see how they make you feel. But yeah, that's kind of all I had to say about crystals, really. I'm hoping that was useful to you. Hopefully you find that interesting. And as always, if you have anything to add, if you agree, if you disagree, please let me know. The best way to do that is probably on Instagram, so you can follow me there. And also make sure that you subscribe to my newsletter, so if you don't miss anything new that is happening, anything that I come up with. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. And we'll chat again. Thank you. Bye.